Hey guys, Sarnasiki here, and today I'm doing a commentary or a review of Looper. And Looper is a pretty confusing movie. There's a lot of plot twists that you don't really see coming, and a lot of things that seem like so minuscule when they happen or they say them, but then later on you see that it becomes an important thing in the movie. Like, there's just small little things in there that you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting, but then later on in the movie they use it as a very interesting plot point. And yeah, it's a pretty good movie. It makes you think. It's pretty confusing at parts, and I'm not even gonna go really into the story because first off, I probably won't be able to because it's so confusing. But and second, I don't want to spoil it. So I'm gonna give like a very basic thing where there's these guys called loopers, and they have to kill people for the mob from the future, and they send them back to eliminate the bodies because in the future it's hard to hide people because they're like tracked and stuff by so much technology, I guess is what the movie says. So that's the basic thing. And then the main character, they send his future self back to him to kill, but he refuses to do that, and then the mom chases him down and stuff goes down from there. And the future self of the main character is Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis in this movie is pretty crazy. Like, not crazy and just like action heavy, but he's actually kind of mentally crazy, which he's pretty dedicated to his purpose in the movie, but that makes him pretty crazy. And it even like talks about him being crazy from like the time travel and his stuff changing from the stuff, and they use time travel kind of good at some parts, and then they just kind of don't rely on it. Like the second half of the movie, like the first half of the movie is pretty much just a setup, and yeah, but it's still very interesting because it's such a complex world. It's not really a sci-fi movie because, well, it's a sci-fi movie, but it's not that much because it's like, I think it's in the 2040 or something like that, so it's not like Star Wars sci-fi, but there's like hover bikes and crazy guns and I don't know, time travel. I don't even want to talk about it because I'm just gonna get more confused, and then I know people are gonna get confused by me being confused in the commentary. But yeah, so Looper is a good movie. There's a lot of interesting things that happen in the movie, and I guess if you even like, I don't know, but if you don't like movies that you have to think about, like, I don't know, like if you don't like Inception because you think like it's annoying that it's so confusing, then you wouldn't like this movie. But if you like Inception, then I think you would like this movie because it makes you think, and it puts the characters in a very interesting situation, in an interesting world where yeah. So it is a little bit confusing, but it's not too hard to understand, and it makes an interesting story, and I think it's one of the better movies I've seen in the year, or in a while really. It's not like besides The Dark Knight Rises, I don't think there's been very many good movies that I've seen this year, so I highly recommend it. It's still playing in some theaters, but it's not in like main theaters really, so it's kind of hard to find, but I recommend seeing it, even if it's like on DVD when it comes out on that. So, if you enjoyed this review or thought it was confusing, write in the comments, or rate and subscribe. And as always, this is Sergeant Sticky signing out.